going on, kittens? It's your girl Redavyn. And I know it's been a while since I made me a little video. It was about a week or so. I wanted to touch on mental health, but before I do that, I wanted to say, y'all, I did a video the first day of, work. And, when you're doing Movie Maker, especially with the Samsung or whatever, it's like if you talk right before the phone actually starts recording, that's what throws it off from like the way the person talks to when that mouth is moving. That whole timing thing gets thrown all the way off. And it is so annoying. I'm just saying. But yeah, y'all, my first official week, which technically I'm kind of still in, my first official week of working or whatever, and so far so good. I mean, I still deal with the joint pain and stuff in the morning and the stiffness, but that just comes with it. But I'm enjoying it, just being able to get out, get away from the house, get away from the kids and the hubby. Not that I don't love them. But for those of us who are stay-at-home mothers and stuff like that, sometimes you just need a break. And I am so thankful to be able to get up and go make a little money. You feel what I'm saying? Because my independence is everything to me. And when you have to give that up for a period of time or whatever, you never realize how important it is to be your own, to have your own thing going on until you're not able to do it at the moment. Which brings me into what the video is about, mental health. First of all, I'm gonna need for my people, black people, to get it together when it comes to mental health. There is nothing wrong with seeking some professional help. We tend to take it the wrong way when we have been referred professionally, by a healthcare professional saying that we need to go talk to someone. Because when I was working as a medical assistant, I can remember times where I've told people of my own culture, that the doctor has referred you to seek professional psychiatric help. First thing they try to think is, oh, he's just trying to call me crazy. And it's like, no, sometimes you just need somebody to talk to, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nobody is above it. Nobody is above seeking professional help. I don't care if you feel like you got it all figured out in life and you got it all together. Trust and believe. This right here can't do anything but help your situation. It damn sure can't hurt it. I myself have have not sought it out yet, but I have thought about seeking professional help, mainly dealing with this whole lupus situation. Sometimes it's hard to hone in on your feelings and your thoughts or whatever, and what it is that you're actually going through. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes people have to deal with things in their own time. But you don't want it to fester up to the point where, when it spills over, you just taking it out on everybody. Now, I'm not one of those people that, especially say like if I'm going to work, if I'm having a bad day, I don't bring it to work. I know how to keep my professional and personal to a T. I've always been great about things like that. Times where I've dealt with other people, when they're going through something bad or they're going through something rough, then they, sideways take it out on me, and I'm not here for that shit. And I'll let you know, get your shit together. Don't bring that shit here, because we all got our own little problems and stuff. And also, I learned to quit taking on the emotional burden of others. I no longer am responsible for other people's feelings. That's when you need to be selfish, because at the end of the day, if my mental health isn't clear, how can I be helping anybody else that's going through something? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with admitting that there's an issue. There's nothing wrong with admitting that, life just ain't going the way I thought it was. Because if you'd have told me a whole year ago that I would have woken up with lupus, I would have told you was a lie. Especially because, for one, I didn't know it was hereditary. For two, you only know so much about something until it actually happens to you. Whether it be diseases, illnesses, whatever you want to call it, mental health issues, anything like that, unless it's something that actually runs in your family or it's something that you're prone to getting, you just never give it much thought. And like I said, I have friends that have it, and I have one in particular, you know, I watch her go through the stages of it, but not once did it dawn on me that it could happen to me. Not to say that I am exempt, because you're never exempt. Nobody's exempt from anything, you know. But you just don't take into your own personal account how things like this happen and how it could personally affect you until you go through it. Dealing with the mental health side, I mean, it sucks to have to go through something like that. But when you go through it, that's just like if you suffer a death of like a parent or a child or something. You know, everybody hits you with the rest in peace and the condolences and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you have to go through that by yourself. You have to mentally go through it and emotionally go through it by yourself. Doesn't matter how much support you have backing you, you have to deal with this stuff on your own. But you have to find ways to channel that or to find alternate routes to deal, because if you don't deal, this stuff can eat you up. And sometimes it's just not worth your sanity, for one, you know, because especially like in my case, I have a family that is complete with a husband and 3 kids. I can't just fall off the deep end like this and let this get the best of me, because at the end of the day, I'm going to have to live the rest of my life with this. But I can live with it and function with it normally, without having to worry about, you know, just waking up every day and feeling down in the dumps and stuff like that. Like, that is just not the life that I want to live. And I'm not going to lie, I did lose myself for quite a bit. For one, I came into a new city, a new town or whatever. It's not home. Nothing's ever going to be like the place where you're from. You know, ended up having another baby, which initially, you know, I've said it before, I didn't really want any more kids, you know, but then being married and talking to my husband over and over, I was on the fence by the time I got pregnant. But now that she's here, of course, it's way different because, of course, I love my child. However, you know, being here just showed me in the last 3 years that how much my life has changed. I do understand I'm not the same person that I was. However, don't get it twisted. Mother is still mother, and she don't play the bullshit. I ain't with the shit still, okay? Still a fun-loving person. I'm still an outgoing person. I have a larger-than-life personality, and I like to share that more through these videos, you know. I'm trying to figure out ways to do that, because once you really get to know me is to love me. I'm just going to say that. I'm not a hard to get along with person. You know, I'm a down-to-earth person. I try to be as cool, and I would try to be as receptive as people are to me. Even for the ones that ain't that receptive to me in the beginning. You know, eventually they open up and they see the type of person and they see my true heart. That's why I feel like it's so important that I myself seek professional help, you know, to help me channel back into the person that I used to be. I used to be the one to always keep my hair done, I always had my nails done, stuff like that. Not that that made me, but as a woman, any woman will tell you, you know, when you go out and have those things done, it makes you feel great about yourself. Step one for me about getting back to me is working. Because for one, I'm making, like I said, another W-2 check. Like, I'm making my own money again. I feel like I'm contributing to the household. It gives me purpose, you know, to get up and be able to do things. Even when I'm stiff and I'm sore and stuff like that, trust me, I'm going to work it out. I go to my doctor appointments regularly. You know, I do what is advised for me to do as far as my health. You know, I'm even looking for suggestions on what I can do to help better my situation, my overall health or whatever. So if y'all have any suggestions, please drop it in the comments section below and let me know what suggestions you have or what have you been taking or using or doing even to help with your pain and the swelling and stuff. Because right now, as you can see, I'm dealing with inflammation in my hands. And yeah, it sucks because they're tight. My joints are tight, you know, they're sore. And it doesn't make it comfortable when I'm at the, you know, because I'm a cashier right now. So it doesn't make it comfortable all the time when I'm having to lift bags of like pet food and things of kitty litter and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm always open to suggestions or whatever. Just basically leave your take on having an autoimmune illness or any illness that affects your body on a daily. And let me know what it is, you know, your point of view, share your story or whatever, or even drop a topic that you want me to touch bases on, you know, because some people just really don't have an understanding of quite what autoimmune does to your body. and the fact that this is something real. You know, you hear so many people say, oh, just pray it away and don't claim it. It's not necessarily about whether I claim it for my life or not. It's just what it is. It's real. It's very real. And I don't appreciate anybody trying to play it off. I mean, even before I had it, I never played it off like it was something that just didn't exist or whatever. But people always look at you, oh, you don't look sick and stuff. And I think that is some of the most ignorant shit you can say. You got people out here walking around with HIV, honey. How would you know if they had HIV? You can't say it's because they're losing weight. You got plenty of size zeros walking around on this earth. So are we going to assume everybody that's of a certain size is sick? I don't think so. Even a crackhead can be fat. I've seen it. I'm just saying, okay? To educate people, you know, that are ignorant to the fact, and having it, you know, being ignorant to something is not a bad thing. It just means, you know, the Webster definition of ignorance means you lack knowledge. So if I'm ignorant to something, I'm never ashamed to say that I am, and I don't mind asking questions. You know, if you would like to reach out to me, you know, you can hit me up at redavyn@gmail.com. I'll put it down in the description box below. And just hit me up, you know what I'm saying, whatever stories, you know, because I'm always a person that people can come to and talk to. I said I'm just not for the shit, you know, I give it real to you, straight, no chaser, you know what I'm saying, and on the rocks, baby. Forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, thumbs up this video, hit that notification bell so you'll be informed anytime I leave a video, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. I know I will. All right, y'all, peace.